Hello and welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to go through the first two of 4 P's we need to be leveraging when investing in property. The first thing we need to be leveraging is pounds. So if I'm buying a house, should I buy a house for cash or should I buy a house using banking finance? If I buy a house for cash, £100,000 and it has no mortgage on it and the market goes up 10%, your house would now be worth £110,000. You'd still have no mortgage on the property, you've made £10,000 of growth. So the market went up 10%, you made £10,000 of growth. Does this make sense so far? Okay, so that is what will happen if you buy a property with £100,000 cash with no mortgage. So let's have a look at what will happen if you use £100,000, but this time you use the banking finance and leverage your pound. So the bank will lend you 75% of the value of the purchase, price of the property. So let's have a look at the numbers. Now with my £100,000, I can buy 4 houses. I know you have other costs and fees, but this is just to keep it simple at the moment. So I buy 4 houses, and when the market goes up 10% again, I will get £10,000 from each of my properties. That's £40,000 of equity growth. Does that make sense so far? If you compare this to the stock market and the property market go up in line. If you study it back through history, they do go up in line together. But you can't use leveraging on the stock market. So, for example, if you walked into a bank and said, I've got a hot tip on a share, will you lend me £75,000? I'll put in 25. The bank is not going to entertain it. Also the same, setting up a business. So why do the bank lend on property and no other things? Because it's more secure. They know it works. They know it's not stupid. They know what to lend on. So I personally would rather back what the banks are backing instead of a random share that one of my mates may have suggested. The most beautiful thing about property is that we can now release our equity from these 4 properties. So we go back to the bank and we say, hey bank, we've put our rents up, so can I borrow 75% of the new value of the property, which is £110,000. So I can now borrow £82,000 out of these properties because the value's gone up. So that's £7,500 I can release from the 4 properties. So I can now get £30,000 back out of my 4 properties, and I can either take that back and keep the money or pay off an investor, or I can buy a 5th house with that. So now I have 5 houses going up in value, all still with my original £100,000 investment with the same money in. So let's have a look at the next P. So that's where you are leveraging the pound. So what do we do next? So we leverage the price that we buy the properties at. Here at C&K Property Solutions, we buy our properties at discount. This is how we leverage the price. I'll show you the difference it makes if you buy a discounted value of the property. So let's see what happens when we leverage the price. Still with the original £100,000 of investment, if we buy 5 properties at a 20% discounted rate, so you're paying £80,000 for a property that's valued at £100,000, so you're buying at a 20% discount. The same as before, but now I'm able to buy 5 properties instead of 4 because I bought at discount. So same again, if the market goes up 10%, your properties are now worth £110,000, like they were before. And now we can refinance, and the bank will give us £82,500. It's exactly the same as we did before, this time we have 5. But because the mortgage started at £60,000, because we bought at discount, I am able to release £22,500 on each of these properties. So I can release £112,500 back out to do it all again if I wish. So the market went up 10%, and I was able to get out all of my money because I had £50,000 of equity growth from the 5 properties and £100,000 of equity from buying at discount. When the market went up 10%, would you rather have it in the stock market where you get 10% growth and a 10% increase on your profits, or here in property where you get 10% growth for 150% increase? Well, let's see what would happen if you kept doing this all with your original £100,000. So you could just keep doing this over and over again. So if we look, let's have a look. If the market goes up 10% a year for 4 years, okay, you've bought 5 properties now, you buy another 5 the following year, you buy another 5 the year after that, then you buy another 5. You have 20 properties now, all from your original £100,000 investment. Okay, so 10% is a big increase to go up for 4 years. So let's have a look. If the market goes up 5% a year, it might just take you 7 or 8 years to purchase those 20 properties, but still, it's all from your original £100,000 investment by using leveraging your money. Does this make sense? Thank you for listening to this video. It was a very simple and perfect world example of leveraging and the benefits of investing in the property market using banking finance. I know it's not always the case, but it's that simple. It was just a way of getting the points across. So please look out for the next video where I'll be going through the final 2 P's of leveraging in the property market. Thank you.